Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 116 of Ayodhya Kanda. In the previous chapter, we saw Bharatha finally, with the sandals of Rama, reached back to Ayodhya and then decided to stay little away from Ayodhya at Nandi Grama, and by worshipping the sandals performed all the affairs of the state in the name of those sandals on behalf of Sri Rama. In the meantime, at Chitrakuta, Rama continued to dwell there in the Parnashala along with Sita and Lakshmana. Bharata having departed to Ayodhya, Sri Rama perceived that ascetics living in Chitrakuta were filled with apprehension and desirous of withdrawing from that place. Formerly, these holy men dwelling in Chitrakuta looked for Sri Rama's protection, but now they sought to take their departure. By the expression in their eyes and other signs, they manifested their misgivings and could be observed conversing secretly in low tones with one another. Sri Rama, beholding their anxiety, addressed them with humility, saying, O blessed ones, has my conduct towards you suffered a change? For what reason are your hearts filled with dread? O holy ones, has my younger brother involuntarily injured you, or has Sri Sita, ever devoted to my service, given you cause for offense? Perchance she has done that which is not fitting for a woman. Thus questioned a great sage and aged ascetic, his frame emaciated by austerities, trembling answered the ever compassionate one, saying, O child, bounteous to all that lives, Sri Sita is innocent of any breach of the traditional attitude to any, least of all towards holy men. In truth, the reason is that the Asuras, through, through enmity to you, towards you, have begun to oppress the sages, and therefore they, being terrified, seek how they may defend themselves in secret. What probably might have happened is Rama entered into those hermitages and he is living along with other munis there as a kshatriya, holding his bow, arrows, and all other weapons. And that certainly would have sent tremors among the little rowdies who were living in those places, dominating the people with their petty rowdyism capabilities. They were called during those days as Asuras. Probably they may also be having the support of some higher level people, which we will going to see in the following para. So, because of that reason, because of the presence of Rama was creating trouble for them because they no longer could have a dominance over the entire forest area. Now, after the arrival of the army of Bharata, the army of Ayodhya, which came there, they realized the strength and abilities of Rama, and that had sent still more shocks and tremors in their hearts. And they cannot face Rama, they cannot stand in front of Rama, but instead of that, they are troubling the saints and other tapasis who are living there, other holy men who are living there and troubling them. They are creating the problem for them. So that old person, the great sage, continued to answer Rama. Ravana's younger brother Kara, who dwells here, is casting out ascetics from their hermitages. O friend, he is inexorable and he is a mighty warrior. He is brutal and cannot endure your presence here. Since you have come to dwell in this hermitage, the Asuras have increased the persecution of the sages. Appearing in grotesque and terrible forms, they fill them with terror, then to do them further mischief. They fling unclean and inauspicious objects into the sacred precincts. Finally, when meeting with guileless and pure hearted hermits, they slay them. Those evil hearted Asuras wander everywhere covertly, still perceiving a sage to be alone and defenseless. They put an end to his life. At the time of sacrifice, when the sacred fire is kindled by the ascetics, then do the asuras, scattering the hollowed vessels and ladles, quench the fire by discharging water over it and destroying the utensils. O Sri Ramachandra, weary of these wicked asuras, the sages are urging us to abandon these hermitages and depart hence. O Rama, those terrible asuras threaten to slay us all. Therefore, we are leaving this hermitage. Not far distant is the wonderful Tapovana belonging to Maharishi Ashwa. It is rich in fruits and roots. There we would dwell. O friend, if it seems proper to you, do yourself come there, for your oppression is also planned. O prince, though you are able to defend yourself, your sojourn here with holy concert is fraught with peril. Hearing the words of Kulapati and perceiving their anxiety to be gone, Sri Rama sought to persuade them to stay, but in vain, and the sages departed from there. Sri Rama accompanied them a short distance, then taking leave of them and offering obeisance to them, returned to his sacred dwelling. On leaving the holy men, they instructed him lovingly in the path of duty and bade him farewell. Sri Rama did not then abandon the hermitage which the sages had deserted. Among them were a few who, inspired by Rama's example, had surrendered their hearts to him, and of them the prince was ever mindful. Thus ended chapter 116 of Ayodhya Kanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharada Devi Kashmira Puravasini Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.